It is our breaking news from Cortina, Italy. Lindsey Vonn crashing just 13.4 seconds into the downhill final, skiing in a brace just 9 days after rupturing her ACL in her left knee. The 41-year-old was attempting to become the oldest alpine skier to win a medal at the Olympics, but Vonn crashed. Then she remained down to receive medical treatment before being airlifted off the mountain this morning. She had come back from a 6-year retirement and a partial replacement on her other knee and had dominated World Cup competition entering the games. Joining us now is Alyssa Roenigk from Italy with the latest. So, Alyssa, what more can you tell us about the crash and the scene in Cortina?
So, Hannah, we don't have an update yet on the severity or the exact details on Vonn's injuries. What we know is that she was airlifted to a hospital. She is undergoing evaluation. One thing I will say is not to read too much into the fact that she was airlifted from the mountain. That is typical practice at an Olympics, especially at a race course like Cortina that's in a remote area. We saw a second athlete airlifted off the course shortly after Vonn. Now, something a lot of us are reading into, especially her teammates who spoke to the media after the race, was hearing her scream, hearing her cry out while she was receiving medical attention. Vonn is an incredibly stoic athlete. She had said that when she crashed last week in Switzerland, she never cried. She didn't cry when she received her MRI results. It is unusual to hear Lindsey cry out, with an injury after a crash, and so that was really tough. No one wanted to hear that.
Yeah, meanwhile, the crowd was just absolutely silent. Really difficult. It was such a special comeback dream that she had, and it's really sad to see it end this way. But what insight can you give us regarding her decision to actually race and compete with a completely torn ACL?
Vonn made this decision not lightly. She made this decision with a team of experts around her. She made this decision based on her own past experiences. She made this decision based on a knowing, a believing that she could get down this course from start to finish without injury. And look, we saw that on Friday and Saturday. Saturday's training, she was the third fastest skier down that incredible course. So, she got into the start gate today knowing that she could do this, and also believing that she could win. We also saw with Breezy Johnson's win, you really had to push hard through this course. It's an aggressive race course. It was really tough at the top. It was very bumpy. And so when you see now the video of Vonn, if you look at it in slow motion, it wasn't her knees that caused the crash. She clipped, she was going over a jump, and her right pole clipped a gate, and that is what got her off balance, sort of twisted in the air and caused the crash. And so, I think everyone here, her teammates, are all saying after the fact they were inspired by Vonn. No one thinks, the president of FIS said afterward to anyone who thinks Lindsey Vonn should not have been in that start gate, well, those people do not know Lindsey Vonn very well.
Yeah, that is for sure. It's hard to recall a more determined athlete or really a better and more remarkable story going into the games. Obviously, we wish her well, and Alyssa, we appreciate all of the nuances that you reported today, and we'll look forward to hearing more about her condition. Thank you. Meanwhile, 30-year-old American Breezy Johnson from Jackson Hole was the sixth skier down the mountain. She wins the downhill first medal for the U.S. at the Olympics. And 4 years ago, a crash right there in Cortina, that kept her out of the Beijing Olympics. So now she comes back, she conquers the mountain and the competition for gold. We're going to see her next in the Super G. She's going to be the downhiller in the combined. But Breezy Johnson, a great story for Team USA. Indeed.